It's very generous of you, but deep down, we all know it's impossible to follow Peter. There are times in your career where you see the person before you and think, there's nothing I can do here. You know, to sing Country Roads as movingly and with as little respect for the original as that. You know? And I'm just backstage waiting to come on thinking, it'll be fine, I'll do my best. You know, I'm a comedian, I'm not the greatest comedian in the world, but by God, I'll give it a good go. The only thing I would be worried about is if I had to follow an avant-garde musical genius. I mean, what can you do? I'm going to be periodically just drinking water. Very important to hydrate yourself. I tend to sort of gabble on and you don't allow yourself time to... the reason I don't normally have a bottle of water on stage is because you get so easily distracted by the unbelievable crap they write on these bottles. If you look at one of these labels, it's unbelievable. The water you're holding has been naturally filtered through ancient rock for 5,000 years. Ancient rock, as opposed to those modern rocks that you find these days. This is a stunning rock formation. Yeah, they put it up in the 60s. And then there's always a little bit about how important water is. You only ever find these statistics on bottles of water, conveniently. Did you know your body's 80% water, so it's very important to drink as much water as you can, If they had their way, I'd be drinking water solidly, basically. It improves brain function, and I think this is probably bollocks, don't you? Your body's 80% water. You're 4/5 water. I find that a bit suspect, really. 4/5 of you is water. If that's true, then we're all just basically paddling pools with eyes. I find that a bit hard to swallow. Also, if it's true, if I am 80% water, why am I buying these expensively branded bottles? Why can't I just suck myself? Anyway, I didn't really want to see that thought through because I was aware it's obviously going in a course direction, but sometimes you just start saying something and that's it, it's all over. A lot of people say, oh, I could never do that. Stand-up comedy, oh, that'd be my worst nightmare. You hear this quite a lot if you're a comedian, oh, that'd be my worst nightmare. In a way, it just shows you how limited people's nightmares must be, really. I mean, this is just talking. You must have something worse in the bowels of your subconscious. I had a nightmare. I was having the shit kicked out of me by Nelson Mandela. Right, proper stuff. Fingers in my eyes, knee in the balls. Surprisingly athletic for an 80-year-old man. Pulling my hair, all the dirty tricks. You want to punch him back. You can't. It's Mandela. You'd be a racist. That's a nightmare. This is the world we live in. It's an aggressive, bloody world, isn't it? I find I'm a relatively simple person. I don't want much out of life, but even the simplest things are hard to accomplish. For example, I went out recently on a shopping expedition to buy 1 carrot. Right, that was all I wanted, a single carrot. My wife was cooking. She wasn't just cooking that. She had a recipe of which that was a component. She wasn't just going to cook the carrot. There you are, like an ice lolly. It was more ambitious, and I tend to. She tends to do most of the cooking. I'm aware. Some people are thinking, I doubt he's got a wife. I bloody have. There's no time to prove it, but just take my word for it. There we are. I own a woman. So, you can't say that these days, can you? Anyway, so to get on to more politically correct ground, my wife does all the cooking. Well, it's actually true. I pretty much let my wife cook, but purely because it's a just sensible distribution of skills. My wife is a good cook, and I'm very poor at it. I'm happy with my role, which is basically, you know, just foraging. But I went to buy this one, I say foraging, it's very much so. Normally, if you go to Tesco, you will lay hands on a carrot. There's no real jeopardy there. Still, I like to pick it up and go, you got it! You know, but actually, well, this is my point. It was surprisingly hard to buy a bloody carrot, right, for a start. So I took it to the till. This is all I was buying, 1 carrot. First of all, this lady tried to put it in a bag for me, and I always try, you know, to not take a bag if I don't need one for environmental reasons, but they're furious. You'll have tried doing this. If you say, I don't need a bag, they look at you like, how dare you? This woman she said, what are you going to do? And I was like, well, I don't want to appear cocky here, but I've got 2 hands, there's only 1 carrot. I think I will nail this. I'm almost certain I'll get this home by hook or by crook. What am I going to do, just walk around with 1 carrot in a bag? Got my carrot in a bag. How's your day? Yeah, great. Just walking with my carrot in its bag. I've got a piece of celery at home and a little bit of Tupperware as well. So, I don't want to make out I'm someone with a repertoire of vegetables that I walk. Anyway, then there's a receipt. She insisted on printing out a bloody receipt, and which meant the till roll had to be changed. Why? Why do you need a receipt for this transaction? All I'm buying is a single carrot. Why would you ever need a receipt? You're not going to bite into it and think, hang on, this is a pear. Right? It's basically, buying a carrot can't go that badly wrong. So by now I'm really impatient. I was frothing with impatience. I wanted to get home, see my wife, whether she exists or not. And finally, just when I thought I had finally secured this carrot, as I was walking out, this girl said, excuse me, sorry, before you go, so now I have to listen. I said, yes? She said, did you want to pre-order the Harry Potter DVD? Now, what part of my action so far will give you that impression? I was trying to be polite. I said, sorry? She said, by now she's impatient, like I'm some sort of idiot. Did you want to pre-order the Harry Potter DVD? I mean, no, not really. My aim was to buy a carrot, and I would say I've achieved that modest aim. I mean, if I wanted to buy a Harry Potter DVD, what I'd probably do is go to somewhere like HMV, for example. I'd go to a place where you can buy DVDs. I'd pre-order it. When the time came, I would collect it, I'd take it home, I'd watch it. I wouldn't approach this transaction by going to a supermarket, seizing a carrot from the fruit and veg bit, and then standing there at the checkout thinking she knows what I really want here. She'll gather my true intentions. She knows that this carrot is a sort of metaphor for an orange wand. Is this what supermarket shopping is meant to be? Some sort of guessing game? I'd like 10 Lucky Strikes, please. Shrek 2, I'll just see if we've got it in. But thanks very much. You've been a lovely crowd. My name's Mark Watson. See you again. Bye. Thank you.